was wondering what his stances are on the 10th Amendment issues that got brought up.
He's pretty strong on states' rights. He does not like that the government is impeding on the 10th Amendment being trampled. That is probably the most beat-up amendment there is in this entire Bill of Rights. Yes, ma'am, you had a question back?
Oh, yeah, I was getting information from the Senator Bob Smith, and I didn't get it anymore. What happened to him, do you know?
Consider yourself blessed. This Republican gentleman endorsed Kerry over McCain.
Yeah.
He was elected senator from, was it New Hampshire, I believe, which is about the size, I believe, of Pinellas County. Their brand of politics is a little bit different. He's a nice enough fellow. He was at our REC meeting the other night.
Yeah.
But
Is he running?
who knows? I mean, like I said, I'm a pragmatic politician. You can run a race, you have to raise $5 million, at least $5-6 million.
I know, he doesn't have any money. I know him personally, and I'm with Mark Rubio, I like him, but I was, what do you call it, on his campaign, and then I never heard a word.
Like I said, he's a nice enough gentleman. It's just that the guy is not what he's not a conservative Republican. He's not a conservative. He backed Kerry for crying out loud. I mean, please.
You sure he backed Kerry?
He admitted it. He said he's sorry. He said he was at the Republican Party quarterly meeting, and someone brought it up to him. He goes, "I backed John Kerry, but I'm sorry, it was a mistake." You think? For the Republican Party of Florida? So I mean,
Wow.
and he's not going to, you know.
I know he can't win. I just was curious because all of a sudden I didn't get anything more from him.
Well, the Democrats would love him to be in it. Charlie would love him to be in it because he tried to peel off some votes from Marco. I mean, that's the whole thing.
I don't think he's running anymore.
Well, I don't know. He's on. There's actually eight United States Senate candidates. How many will be there when they have to pay their filing fee, which are probably like $10,000–$12,000? We'll see. But if you want to run for the Senate or anyone here, you just file your papers. I don't think it costs that much money. If you want to say once to your grandkids, I once ran for the United States Senate of Florida.
When is the filing deadline?
I believe it's May. I believe it's May. Congressional's May, and states usually June and July. So back then, that weeds out the field, and you still have a couple more. She was next. Then yes, sir. Ma'am. I'm looking at her to you. Okay.
After last night, what is the next race that we should really work on? What's a weak link? Maybe like boxer or in the...
Well, you look at the polling around the country. I mean, you can always give money to anybody around the country. That's fine. I mean, it really is. It's a good thing if you have the extra money to give away. But like Tip O'Neill said, all politics is local. Really, everything. I don't believe, unless someone could correct me, I don't believe there's any more special elections for the Senate or Congress coming up that I know of anyway. So right now, the next real race is the ones we have here in Florida. We have congressional races. The big $1 million question I always get asked about, Bill Young, is he retiring?
Please.
Well, you know, Bill Young, I mean, you know, some people say I love him, I like him. He brings a lot of pork. There's an old saying, you know, Congress stinks, except my congressman. You know, because my Congress is giving, you know, we're getting bridges and libraries and roads here. And Bill Young's been around a long, long time. We lose him, we're going to lose a lot of stuff coming to our area. Now, I know it's being very selfish. But the rest of the country is the same way. Look at you know, Nebraska.
Stuff we need to change.
Yeah, we need to change.
Well, you know something, you know how you do it? Seriously, you do it from the inside. See, I don't know how many people here supported Ron Paul before. But Ron Paul is a smart guy. Met him, really great guy. Nice to talk with. Dr. Paul's a good guy. Well, they tried to get into the Republican Party. And I talked to some of the guys who were there working. I said, listen, if you push, you're going to get pushed back. Because you're out, so it's like two brothers fighting, beating the crap out of each other. You go, oh, break it up, they both beat you up. I mean, that's the way it is in life. Pragmatic. So I agree with term limits. It'd be great. But the bottom line is you have to do it nationwide, or the Constitution does not allow it.
I'm not even talking about that. I need to speak to them. For all this time, the Constitution has been trampled on for years and years and years. Where's the Republican Party been? And that's what where have you been on that also? I mean, the Constitution is being trampled, and we keep putting people in there that trample our Constitution.
Well,
that's why we're here, I think, that's why I'm here, to make sure that these people, when they go in there, that they go by this Constitution,
and you hold them,
not by their bull crap.
Well, I agree with you. Well, if you, like you said, I was in Charlie
You
Crist's.
agree with because we have all these people that are up Republicans now, all of a sudden are agreeing with us. And they need to keep agreeing with us, because if they don't, they'll get thrown out of office. And that's what we got to worry about.
Well,
That's what we have to think about, and not all this other stuff. We have to make sure that these people go by the Constitution. The ones that are in there that are not need to go.
Now, no
That's
problem. Well, here's a case in point. You looked at me like, what am I doing about it?
Yes.
I was the chairman of the Republican Party. I gave Charlie Crist, I raised money, gave him $50,000 to one donation in the primary. No, let me make my point. I was a very zealot Charlie Crist guy, because I thought he was conservative. I thought he was a conservative. And then the guy starts going left after he gets elected governor, which James Perry in the Supreme Court was a Democrat anti-Second Amendment in the Constitution. He hugs Obama and embraces his stimulus package, which is horrendous. So what did I do about it? I backed Marco Rubio, and I got grief for it. You know something? I don't really care. I'm a constitutionalist, not a living document. I think Glenn Beck is doing a tremendous service educating people. You people care, but what I'm saying is that you elect somebody in good faith, you get involved in their campaigns, and then you hold them accountable. I agree 100% with you. You hold them accountable, Republican or not, and you get rid of them if they're not toting the line. Arlen Specter was not a Republican. He was a registered Republican. Olympia Snow, Collins Remain are not real Republicans. They're elected in their state because of family connections and their name and everything. But when you say, what can I do, what can you do, what can any of us do, you do what you're doing now, you get involved.
Right.
We do a better job of vetting these people.
Right, we need to vet them
That's why I
right,
like Mark.
exactly. The Republican National Committee is, to me, is,
Well, I on camera, you quote me, I said, these pasty old white guys picked Charlie Crist, and they were wrong.
the guy that's running is not a pasty old white guy.
No, the guy's running, it's not Chairman Steele. The guy's running it is the senatorial committee.
Well,
That's O'Connell. That's how this stuff really works.
well, now, let's get rid of this guy then.
Who?
O'Connell.
You can't, he's a senator from Kentucky. That's a Kentucky guy's job to get rid of him.
Well,
We'll call him.
McConnell, from McConnell.
we need to get rid of him.
Well, here's the thing, you know, you pick your fights, and if we get Rubio in there, it's a major victory for us.
I understand that, but they have to know that we're after them.
Oh, they know.
No, they don't.
Yes, they know. They know. They know.
No, we're
When they
after
lose
Democrat
candidates,
last time.
they
We were
get,
after a Democrat, and we got a Republican in there, because we all supported it, because I sent money up there too. That's beside the point. I'm talking about the Republicans that are in office now, they need to know that we're gonna be after them.
The pragmatic part about this is simple. You're right, but let's just get the numbers, and if they don't toe the line, then get rid of them.
Yeah.
But you have to get, you know, some people have a theory. Like they say, an R after the name is better than the D after the name, even if the R is like a Specter or a Snow, okay? I don't agree with
We don't
that.
wanna do that.
Thank you,
We've
thank
done
you.
that for years.
Thank you.
In fact, when they put their hands on the Bible and swear to uphold the Constitution, they're not doing that. And that's been going on for a long time, and we've been working and doing things and sending them money up there that they blow around, and they just are not going by the Constitution. That's our problem, and that's why they're coming.
We're in agreement.